Hello YouTube, and what is up? It's another wonderful Monday evening here in the cave, although I don't always film on Mondays, so you just happen to be dropping in on a Monday. Anywho, I thought I'd continue my little top 5 series that I kind of started, I guess, with my vinyl collection. This week is not necessarily all Star Wars, but there are some Star Wars items in what I'm about to show you. And disclaimer, I am no collector by any means, so when you see the video title, Top 5 Favorite Comic Books, some of them are actual, comic books, I have a little stack that I just picked up at flea markets over the past year or so. And then some of them are in, actual hardcover books or paperbacks, so when I say my top 5 favorite comics, I'm using that loosely because some of them are more than just one volume, or you get what I'm getting at. So I'm going to start this with the first comic that I ever bought at a flea market in Holmes County. My mom and I like to go there quite often, especially to the cheese factory, because I'm almost 24 years old and have lost control of my life and like binging on cheese every now and then. Oh goodness. Anywho, it's no secret that I lean more towards DC than Marvel, but this is a crossover comic, so I can't really pick sides because they're both really awesome characters. But my first comic of choice that I bought was Punisher versus Batman. It was a really fun read. Yes, I actually took it out and read it. I don't really know a whole lot about these Batman comics that I have, to be honest. I just impulse buy them and I'm like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, we'll read this. And I have multiple friends that are huge Batman nerds. If you're watching this, I am so sorry. Please don't kill me over this for my lack of knowledge. But, I thoroughly enjoyed Batman. I thoroughly enjoyed the Punisher movies, as bad as they were. But it was a good read. And you know what? I dug these out because I actually need to go through and reread some of these. So this one was just more of a pick because of nostalgia, like when I first started buying comic books. So that's number 1 on the list. Number 2, big surprise, another Batman comic. And this one's actually straight up Batman. I was really excited to get this one because it was such a monumental moment for the Batman saga, and that is the breaking of the Batman, which this is the comic where you can kind of see because the cover's, in the way, but Bane takes Batman and just over his knee and breaks his back, which, let's look at this again. You can see right there, Batman does not look too happy. But, I thought that was a big enough moment, or important thing in the Batman series. I saw it and I was like, I can't not get this, So, that's number 2. Again, I apologize for my lack of knowledge with Batman lore. I just love Batman in general. Number 3. I told you all I had something Star Wars for you. Number 3 is Star Wars C-3PO. And as you can tell, he has his red arm here. In The Force Awakens, he has his red arm when you first see him, and then by the end of the movie, he doesn't have it, which I guess they kind of explained why he got his gold arm back, but they never explained where the red arm came from until this comic. And it's, I think it's a short, maybe 40 pages of reading, but it's a really cool, one-shot story of how C-3PO got his red arm before The Force Awakens. Little bit of a heart-wrenching story, so go out and pick this up and you can find out for yourselves what happens. Or you can play Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens, because I'm pretty sure it's a level in there too. But, it was a good entertaining read, and, it solved one of the many questions that The Force Awakens left us. So that's number 3 on my list. Number 4, many of us as children were handed the funnies from the Sunday paper each week, and were mesmerized and entertained by such things. And growing up as well, this was a very big part of my childhood, but I picked this kind of compilation book of Around the World in 45 Years by Charles M. Schulz. It's a Peanuts book, and it has, just a lot of different, let me find a good page here. There's just like different anecdotes that he writes throughout the book, and even talks about how where a lot of the influence from Peanuts came from. And then if you go on in through here, there's just a lot of different, comics throughout this. Let me find another one, because there's actually, here we go. Hold this up so you can see it. There's actually some really good color comics in here too, and like in elementary school and stuff, because obviously this is a really old book, but and you can see on the back Charles Schulz with his dog Andy. In elementary school, we'd often get free days where we could bring our own book in and not read something that was from the school's stuff. And every time, without fail, I would most likely bring this book in. And the older you get and the more you look back on the Peanuts cartoons or the comics, or anything Peanuts related, really, there are actually some really deep theological and philosophical things brought up that you miss as a kid. And I think it just gave me a larger appreciation for Schultz's art style with the Peanuts characters, and then the morals and values given to them. So that's always, a really heartwarming thing to look back on. And I'm not just saying that because I have a tattoo of Snoopy riding a skateboard on my ankle. If you're friends with me on Facebook or Instagram, you can probably find a picture of it, but I'm not going to show you on here. And number 5, just because this is like the one part of Batman lore I actually enjoy, which, surprise, more Batman stuff. I actually recently picked this up as a Christmas gift, but we won't go into that, but I'm keeping it for myself just because I love Batman. But this is the Batman Noir edition of The Killing Joke. So it's all in black and white, which I think is really freaking cool. I haven't actually had a chance to sit down and read this yet, but this is obviously the origin story of the Joker, so you can get a good look at what it looks like in here. I don't even know how many pages this is. I don't think it has page numbers, but it's a pretty lengthy read. It's nice that the pages are as big as they are. Oh, they actually have covers from a cover gallery here in the back, which is really cool. So go pick this up too, because it's really nice. But I guess they have more than The Killing Joke in here now that I'm looking. I won't go off on a tangent. I'll let you go read it for yourself. But that's it for my top 5 favorite comic/books that I have. If you want to comment, and subscribe, and even comment some of the stuff that you like reading down below, give me suggestions of what to check out. I'd be more than happy to give it a read if I think I'd find it interesting. So until next time, keep it real.